Good day, traders. This is Rich with some news trading action, and today I'm going to go over how I trade the news on a daily basis and how you can possibly trade the news going forward. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new, like the video, share the video, and comment on the video. Two things I want to go over. First, I do have links in the description below. Each link will point to two different services, and I do receive a compensation if you were to sign up using those links, and I appreciate that because it supports the channel. I want to make sure that was clear and that you understand that. Also, I can't guarantee you're going to make any money doing what I do, news trading or whatnot. It's up to you on how you trade it and your decisions going forward. I just want to make sure that whatever I share here is for informational purposes and that you're comfortable with the information you read and listen to and see might not happen for you in the future. So let's get into it. I'm talking about two news services that I use. I've been using Benzinga for several months, and I've also been using T3 Live Newsbeat Room for a couple of months. And I got to tell you, the news trading has been the best thing I've done since I started trading. And especially in 2021, it's the one thing that's keeping me alive at this stage because I'm really struggling with strategies and whatnot. Not struggling, but just not making as much money. If I just stuck to the news trades and waited for the bus for the news trade, I would be doing a lot better. Now, I've lost on a couple news trades, but when I lose, I get out quick, and it's usually a small loss. And I've also let stocks fly up, take my gains, and see it fly like 3 or 4 more points, even further, like an Amazon trade that went up like 70 or 80 points after I got out. So, I mean, you never know what's going to happen on a news trade. So the goal of having two is so I can get the good rotation. And the rotation of news is how information is disseminated. And if I hear it on one service and I hear it on another service, I know it's got some pretty strong conviction and I can get in with a little bit more size, or I can hold a little longer or whatnot. You can also get in early on one service and then it gets rotated to the other service and you get an extra push on the igniting candle. Now you'll notice in the videos I will show, there's going to be all kinds of things. I'm going to be in a second. I'm going to be in and out in like 3 seconds. I'm going to be in and out in several seconds, but very, very short period of time. I try to scale out of these trades, and also I'm not trading heavy size to protect myself against a complete flush or meltdown of the news event. Eventually, I expect to raise my share size, and I was trading 100 shares on a couple things, no matter what, and now I've on certain price stocks, I trade higher. Now there's so much to go into when it comes to news trading, other than what you're hearing on the broadcast, because if you know it's Disney or you know it's Boeing and you've been trading those things for some time, you know how those things move. But if it's a random penny stock or something like that, you got to be a little bit more cautious. And that's why I focus on when I hear news like Roku, mRNA, Laser, Boeing, Peloton, I'm comfortable that I can get in and out of those trades for a gain, or if it goes against me, get out with a smaller loss, versus something like, I don't know, BTX or IHT or some kind of penny stocks we've been trading in 2020 and 2021. Now, I remember going forward, if you're watching this video in 2023, 24, 25, I think you'll understand that it works for any news trading stock that we look at. So let's get into some of these videos. You'll hear you'll hear 3 different voices. One is from one service, one is from another service. You'll hear how one comes in first several times and how one backs up the other and how the price action moves. So let's start with a good one. This is from Laser, and I record all my trading. And this is when I really started breaking down news trades to individual videos. There will be some background noise. It will get a little dingy and like loud, but I don't want to get anyone's name or anything. I just want to share you how I trade the news. So we're 4 minutes into this video, so let's continue. Here's Laser.
LAZR, Tesla Industries.
LAZR, order filled.
LAZR moving here with Tesla and Industry. They joined Luminar. Tesla and
Order
Industry
filled.
executives joining Luminar right now. That's LAZR.
Okay, I just want to let you guys watch the first video without me commenting on it as it was happening. This stock went over 19, actually made really bigger moves on a news of Laser working with Tesla. You hear that, you bang in. I banged in with 500 shares. I got $275 out of it. One guy announced the news. The other guy backed up the news, but it's from the same service. And I felt confident in this one. Look at this candle. You couldn't ask for a better candle. If we go back on it, my entry was, 1820 something or 1818 or something like that. Yeah, it was 1818. The candle has already occurred here. We got 560,000, biggest volume candle, and then more volume comes in. That's the key. You get in early and you get the igniting move, and then you hope other services pick up this and you get even more traders involved. I mean, I was in for 500 shares, and again, it went up over $19. So that's a potential $500 trade with 500 shares. I mean, a lot of people will trade this with like 5,000 shares. Can you imagine? I mean, you're making, $2,700. So news trading is quick. It's really quick. And I just want to make sure you guys understand that. And, the more conviction you have on the news, you got to be in the game. You got to be focused, because this was one of those ones where you notice I'm looking at something else. I type it in really quick and I get in and I get out. So let's continue on to the next one. Give me a second here. Okay, this is Boeing. I'll try to comment when I can so you hear the voices. These videos are...
Yeah, Steve Weiss buying Boeing.
Switch to Boeing. I notice price action going to 239. I get in.
Boeing exploding here on Steve Weiss comments.
I'm in for only 200 shares, but I get my piece.
Order filled.
I just want...
I'm out. Awesome call.
Order
So
filled.
it's a teamwork process
Thank
of
you.
when you're taking these news trades. You got to hear from a good source. You can get your own source. You can have your own Bloomberg terminal or whatnot, or you can pay for these services to kind of provide get rid of all the garbage news that you don't need and just focus on that 1%. That's the key. You got to focus on that 1% of news that really counts. Let's go to the next one. This is JWN announcement. Comes up pretty quick. Maybe not.
JWN, Nordstrom, hearing beta,
JWN.
Nordstrom and
Beta
12 company
comments.
acquired. That's Juliet Whiskey.
Order.
So both guys were hitting it pretty quick on that one.
Filled.
Matrix gets a little difficult to read, so I'm really watching the level 2 over here.
Order filled.
That was a quick $43 on that.
It
actually went up further from here, of course. But got in pretty nicely.
JWN still spiking. Nordstrom.
Let me pause this. Like it's 39.37. And it's just one of those things where, went to 46, 47. So you have to make a decision quick, and depends on your size. I always like to take some off to get a little profit, reduce my risk, and then let it try to go. And if it ignites, like this ignited another 30 cents, I think I would have held more. But there's been a lot of times where I just let it go too early. And I'm really working on that, because these news trades is where you can make some serious cash if you hit it right. So let's go to the next one. Did I skip one? Oh, I skipped one. Okay, so let's go to this one. This is Roku.
Dallas Fed,
Rate 704. This is where
Trend mean PCE price index minus
just FYI.
plus 2%.
I'm looking at BTX, which is a high flyer
Annualized
today.
in March, spread rate plus 1.9.
Here we go.
ROKU and GOOGO, YouTube has been working with Roku to renew our deal to distribute YouTube.
I was late to
TV
type that
on
in,
devices.
but I could have had it way down here.
OGL.
RIKU working with Google. Order filled.
100 shares
There's
only.
Roku getting a pop here.
Order filled.
Igniting.
$92.92 now.
That's a 4-point move on Roku.
ROKU.
Had I been quicker. So This is a circumstance where I could have been in large. We know how Roku can trade. We know how spready it can get. We know it can drop a point in a heartbeat.
Order filled.
So, getting $133 on 100 shares on a 5-point move,
I'm still in
and it goes higher. It goes over 350. I mean, this thing just cooked. The news was really good. I'm still trying to get better of just really kind of grasping what they're saying and the power of the move going forward. So, am I happy with this trade? Sure, I'm happy with $133 in a second or like in 5 seconds. But, had I had 300 shares and it was able to hold a little longer, hindsight will always win. Hindsight will always win. I don't want to focus on the hindsight, but there's something to consider. If you're willing to hold it and like really just dig in, now if you start seeing it flush hard, you have to make that decision really quick and get out. And even if it goes back up, and then you can always get back in. That's how I trade it. So that's the goal of this, showing you how I trade the news using these two services. And you can use these two services. Use the links in the description below. You can get both of them with trials and just to see how they work out for you. And it might be worth it to you. So let's go to the next one. Let's see what's next. I believe it was Peloton. So the Peloton news is negative.
Oh, well.
Remember, there's two new.
PTON, Peloton.
I was pretty quick on this one. I nail it.
Product Safety Commission
PTO
website.
negative. Order filled.
Well, my matrix is only 1 cent on a high price stock. You get this like jostling move,
Peloton recall.
but then boom, recalls heard,
Order
just rips down, right? So 100 shares, I think it was in for 47 quick bucks, but this thing ended up going down to like 90, or actually broke 90 on the day. It went down to like 89. The news is really bad on it. So I was happy with this trade, even though it was only $47, but it was on the short side. That's the other thing. Negative news. I only take negative news on big stocks. I don't take short trades on cheapies. Like I'll take it on Disney. I'll take it on Boeing. I'll take it on Peloton. But if I hear a cheap stock, I am not shorting or taking the news trade. I just don't, because most likely it won't have the shares at TradeStation or whatnot, or it'll be really expensive. So again, I'm looking for more of a long bias news. And that one was a quick $47. Nice. I'm not going to complain about that. Let's go to the next one. This is JMIA. It was a Citron. We've all heard of Citron if you're in the markets. This was a positive event.
Honestly, trading below the 2 minute. The only reason why I'm willing to do it here is because
Jumia.
So you got both of them kind of talking about it at the same time. So I nail it. Boom. I'm in for 500. And I knew I was in for a little heavier than I wanted to be on this one because I've seen this thing kind of do dirty things. Got a quick $90 on it.
Being asked by many, what is up with Jumia? When
Order.
And it with 136.
At 12 noon Eastern time to explain how Jumia.
So basically, that news event was just super fast, and it actually went over 26 pretty high. Actually, I think it went to like 26.50 or even 27. I don't quite remember. It was several weeks back. But it was a nice little trade for $136 on that one. So, I mean, again, the one or two news trades I've lost are like 10, 30, maybe $40 at the most when I lose. So I'm not losing a big, like when I'm making 136 here, I'm not losing 136 on this trade. I'm not letting that happen. All right, mRNA had some news about their patent with the vaccine. This is positive.
Yeah, the whole platform reset.
Germany's Merkel opposes Biden's plan to waive the corona vaccine patent.
That was the vaccine patent. You heard that? I'm late. Look how late I am. Oh, that's the patent. I could have been 149.50.
Order
igniting. So I get a fill at 149.90.
Order filled.
Yeah, I get a nice move up here, but I could have been, if I typed that in faster, I could have been in a little bit faster. You know, it could have been definitely sooner. And this thing rips like 155, I believe, on the day. Got a quick $30. I do get back in. This new, so basically yesterday on this news event, the day before, had news that was negative on mRNA. You can see here on the, it was negative because the patents and everything. But then they got the opposite effect on this day. So we're back down. So I'm glad at this point. I'm happy I'm out. But then it just starts ripping. I don't think I have enough video for
Your
it.
mic is currently off. I think you have to
So here's a technical difficulty in one of the rooms. And I get back in because I saw it rip through that moving average, and I took a quick few more bucks for $80 on that one. So there was a technical difficulty in one of the rooms, or the T3 room at that time, while Benzinga kind of didn't give it much energy. He was just saying patent, override the patent. And then eventually he gets back on the mic in the other room, and he's like, did you guys hear me? Did you guys hear me? Big news, mRNA, you know. And, you know, some people don't like to trade upside shape. But when it's a news event and you have a play where you're not taking out highs on the day, you definitely want to be trying to nail that one. I went into a little small because we know how mRNA trades. It trades kind of like Roku a little bit, maybe not as deep as that one, but it can move and you can be down pretty heavily. So I figure 100 shares, I can get $100 out of it. Maybe 200 shares I should have been in. I think that's the better number, and even 300 shares at this point. So let's see what else we got. Okay, it's a Boeing trade. Boeing trade. Tesla, FCX, and then just doing my thing. Just doing my thing.
BA Boeing says
Before it ignites. I'm in that thing, and I got out of that thing. $37, a couple hundred shares. But notice the news isn't actually said. It was BA Boeing.
Orders net of cancellations and conversions was +8. Boeing says debooked 17,737 MAX airplanes in April, including 3 for Air Lease.
So then the information comes out about Boeing. It does make a bigger move, but I was comfortable with my exit. Because my exit was fine because the fact that he didn't continue the news. He just said Boeing, and price was moving up, and it could have turned out to be negative news, and I could have lost on that one, but I made out pretty good. So let's see what else we got. Continue here. I think I have one more. No, I got two more. Two more videos. So eBay. Good old eBay.
Either way, I'm watching Amazon.
I think it's eBay NFT.
eBay NFT.
So you hear that? That's positive because a lot of NFT news right now. So I jump in with 300 shares. I haven't traded eBay in a while, and I only took $21 off this trade. Not the best, and it keeps ripping. It's unfortunate. So it's one of those things where you have to decide.
SEC Limited, San Diego.
You know, I just need to be in with more size for that small pop because eBay is not like a huge mover, even though that news seemed better than usual for eBay. And I did get a little bit, but again, for me, I don't like to sit in a news trade too long. And I do miss the bigger moves, but so be it. Okay, actually, we got a couple more. This is AMD news.
RDY, Dr. Reddy.
AMD, $4 billion stock repurchase.
So I was quick on this one, even though it was at 62. I get in. Got a decent feel because right when I got in, it popped to 95, and I knew it's going to challenge 75 now, and I got my piece. So pretty good trade on the AMD buyback news. And then Benzinga comes in and gets it late. They get it late here, so you can notice how much time we're talking.
AMD announcing $4 billion share buyback.
There it is. Almost a minute later, gets that.
AMD.
Excuse me here. Sorry about that. Gets that nice thrust right there. Actually, let me go back on that one a little bit. He's calling AMD later on. My other screen opened up. I apologize.
AMD announcing $4 billion share buyback.
Watch the print. Watch the level 2 here. Just get a thrust up. Nice, right there. Boom. That's where you take your shares.
I saw that.
Yeah, just a beautiful AMD trade. AMD is a stock. You know, if you get 50 cents out of a move on AMD, that's solid on a fast moving stock, on a fast move. I was able to get that pretty good, and I got my piece. I mean, I think I made over $130 on this trade. I don't remember, but it was one of the better ones lately.
Order filled.
And I was, pretty stoked to have that one. I thought I could go higher because it did. AMD went to like almost $80 on this day. Just kept riding, just kept walking up because buybacks are always good news for a stock.
Shares at 75.
So let's continue. Oh, actually, it does continue. We go right into. I took 2 news trades in one video. So
26 now.
we head over to Boeing.
Up about 1.
This is quick, I believe.
Boeing is popping.
When we,
Boeing received
I'm late to it.
737 deliveries.
Order filled.
There I jump in.
Filled.
Yeah.
Order filled.
Actually, if you notice that trade, I got in twice. The news was really good. I think I got in twice. Watch my position
Boeing is
size.
popping. Boeing
Switch to
received
Boeing.
737 deliveries.
200,
Filled. Order
200,
filled.
Yeah.
boom,
Order
out.
filled.
400 shares, $96. How many seconds was that? 3? And this thing kept going. So, yes, I'm not going to trade Boeing with 5,000 shares, but it was definitely a solid news trade. Last one for this video was Square. I have a hard time with Square, so I only traded with 100 shares, but the news is pretty good, and I took it. So I'm looking at PTX here.
Square to offer business checking.
A little bit late on that one. But if it breaks 208, I knew we were in good shape. Watching the prints here, boom. That's where you nail it.
Order
Just
filled.
nail it. Very exciting trade if you can nail that first pop with size. Of course, I'm only up $13 here, so it's not that like I'm making a ton of money.
SQ, Bloomberg reporting.
There it is. The secondary news comes in.
Business checking.
A little bit later, you get that next thrust up from all those traders hearing Square news. Boom. 209. And this thing goes to like 215 on the day. I messed it up. I mean, I made $65 or whatnot. But that's really what I've been doing. I sit around. This doesn't happen every 5-10 minutes. This happens 2 times a day, 3 times a day where you get this kind of news. Now you can trade smaller news events like call sweeps and patent news. There's different things, like the more important, the more in play action, like when COVID opening was coming in and Disney was opening their park, and news about the 737 MAX plane on Boeing. When you hear these really good events, this is when you got to attack and be confident. Now, if you lose, you lose, but if people were short on a stock and you get like a really good event, you're going to get some serious covering. You're going to get a bigger move. So let's say your average share size is like 500 shares. If you can get in, get out with 200 or 300, hold some, wait for a break even stop on the rest, you might get that really big move to really have a nice day. So again, I do lose on news trades. I don't lose as much as I gain, so that's good, and I love it. I really think it's the best way I've been trading in 2021 so far, and I plan to continue trading news on a daily basis and kind of sitting back, not trading strategies that aren't really working as well, and just wait for those news plays. It really makes a difference. And if you have any questions about the 2 services in more detail, I will do reviews on each one. I have a review of Benzinga on my website, and I will have a video review on Benzinga and a video review of T3 Live Newsbeat in the future as well. But again, the links in the description are commission-based for me and the channel, that if you use those links, they provide a little fee or a little return on providing promotion to their sites. And I want to make sure you guys understand that, and that helps the channel. Also, again, no guarantee you're going to make any money news trading, but just understand that it is a pretty cool thing, and you should, check it out. Maybe it will work out for you. If you're fast, it's worth it. So subscribe if you're new. Long video, share the video. like the video, and comment below. And I appreciate everyone on this channel that's been subscribing and active. If this is something you guys want to see more of, I will record more news videos, and I'll do like my update, let's say monthly update of all my news trades and how they're going. And hopefully we can create a series of news trading. Anyway, have a good day. Thanks again for your support, and I'll talk to you in the next video.